Can Zeke deke again? It's a coach. You're immersed in the NFL on EA.
Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you in. Inside Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Carolina Panthers. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. As we get a peek at their dynamic signal caller hailing from Mississippi State, it's Dak Prescott. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to...
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
A gain there of 21 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. On second down, it's Elliott. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Balaj. Powers ahead at the 45. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 3rd down, Rosen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field just gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Kalen Balaj, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. The numbers for Zeke from last week. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Evan Ingram, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive, they've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
From the 30 on second down, Rosen. He finds Kalen Ballage, his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run here with Ballage. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
To throw is Rosen. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll try to sweep with Elliott. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Seven, our score after 1. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
There's no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no, they went to him on first down, second down, third down, all three incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense. They feel like they're really hurting you in a big way.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now Balaj. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. And this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Balaj. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
They run it with Balaj. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
I got you.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Check, walk to before. Hey, they scared.
Now on 2nd and 13. Prescott. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 32-yard line.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Brian Burns, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. He is racking the sacks up. Charles, 5 last week, now 2 here.
I don't care what they've done in scheme. It's not working. You can do it all day long, all night long. They did it all week, and it hasn't worked. And in fact, on that last sack, I thought I saw him drop a Pro Bowl ballot at the feet of the quarterback and say, here's a pin right in my name.
He keeps playing like this. He'll be dropping those ballots from a plane above the city. The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 22, Rosen. And it's knocked away. And incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And now running right through it and shutting him off, now open field. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point attempt to come here. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to... take the field. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
They'll start with a give here to Balaj. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's Rosen to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Taken from just outside the 30. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Around the NFL, second quarter in Chicago. And the 49ers are out to the early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That was Dante Jackson, the one who got a hand in to knock it away. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful. When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4.
Check right 54. Right 54. Go on, D.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. First down, Prescott. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get this score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Boswell good with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
This is Elliott. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A lot of people call the toss a probing play to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Prescott buying time to his left, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
They find some open field here. Touchdown, Carolina. Kalen Ballage with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. That drive started on their own 20. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. A first down throw for Prescott. That ball complete to Isabella. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Prescott now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Brian Burns make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing, Prescott. This one caught by Isabella. And he gets it down to the 32. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right, because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yards.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play, because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. From Soldier Field, meanwhile, in Chicago, a third-quarter score. And the 49ers have just scored for some more cushion. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Elliott. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd and 7, Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Wide open receiver, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He's got his man on the crossing route. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Prescott down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead.
Complete to number 80. Touchdown, Dallas.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. The extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. From the gun, it's Rosen. Open man is Samuel, complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. That one goes for 36 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They'll stay on the ground. Balazs again. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal.
It's just me.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set, and racing going 3 wide is a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. That time a 6-play drive, and the end result, a Panthers touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Elliott going to bite off about 7 on that one. A good run on first down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 3rd down, it's Anderson, and he's got this down to the 35. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Well, Prescott here to throw. That one complete to Elliott. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that's going to bring up a third down. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. To throw again on second down. Rosen throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. From the shotgun, it's Rosen, and that is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now Rosen, and he comes back with one complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Now it's Rosen. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this 2nd and 9. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
On 3rd and 1, Rosen completes it to Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina! Curtis Samuel with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And the Cowboys are going to secure the football, and with it, they'll just about secure the victory as well. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. He's got the first down and more past midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Here we go. Flying in. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the curl. Watch the 26.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. Elliott a first down and more.
Let's go, fellas.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win.